Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today, we will be delving into the rich history of milk. Whether you're a history buff or just curious about the past, we have something for you. Remember to subscribe to our channel to keep up with our latest videos and to be a part of our growing community. Milk is a white liquid produced by the mammary glands of mammals. It is the primary source of nutrition for young mammals before they are able to digest other types of food. In humans, the most commonly consumed milk is from cows, although milk from other mammals, such as goats, sheep, and buffalo is also consumed in various parts of the world. Milk is a good source of several essential nutrients including calcium, phosphorus, and vitamins A and D. It also contains protein, fat, and carbohydrates. These nutrients are important for the growth and development of bones, teeth, and muscles. Milk has been a staple food for humans for thousands of years. The earliest evidence of milk consumption by humans comes from pottery dating back to around 6000 BC, which was found in what is now northern Iraq. It is believed that the first people to domesticate animals such as cows and goats were also the first to start consuming milk. In ancient times, milk was primarily consumed by nomadic peoples who kept herds of animals. As human societies transitioned from nomadic to settled, the practice of milking animals and consuming milk became more widespread. In ancient Egypt, for example, milk was considered a sacred food and was often used in religious ceremonies. Milk from cows, sheep, and goats was consumed by the wealthy, while the poor had to rely on other forms of sustenance. In ancient Greece, milk was considered a food for the gods and was used in various rituals and ceremonies. Milk and dairy products were also an important part of the diet of the ancient Greeks, who consumed cheese and yogurt made from sheep and goat's milk. In ancient Rome, milk consumption was not as widespread as in other ancient civilizations. However, it was still consumed by some members of the upper class. They believed that consuming milk would make them more virile and help them to maintain their strength and stamina. During the Middle Ages in Europe, milk was a common food for both the rich and the poor. As fresh milk would spoil quickly, milk was primarily consumed in the form of curdled milk products such as cheese and yogurt. Milk production was primarily done on small farms and was mostly used for household consumption. In rural areas, milk was consumed fresh, while in urban areas it was primarily consumed in the form of curdled milk products, which could be stored for longer periods of time. In Europe, milk consumption was more common among the lower and middle classes, while the upper class primarily consumed wine and beer. Milk was also used as a medicine and was believed to have healing properties. It was often prescribed by doctors for a variety of ailments. In the 19th century, new technologies such as pasteurization and homogenization were developed, which greatly improved the safety and shelf life of milk. This made it possible to transport milk over long distances and sell it in cities, which led to the creation of the modern milk industry. Currently, milk is a widely consumed food around the world. It is a staple in many diets and is considered an important source of nutrition for many people. The global milk production is around 800 million tons in 2021. The largest producers of milk are the United States, India, China, Brazil, and Russia. In the U.S., the dairy industry is a major contributor to the economy, and milk is one of the most commonly consumed beverages. In India, milk is considered a sacred food and is a major part of the diet. In China, milk consumption has been increasing rapidly in recent years as the country's economy has grown and more people can afford to purchase milk and dairy products. In addition to traditional forms of milk consumption, such as drinking fresh milk or eating yogurt and cheese, milk is also used as an ingredient in many food products. It is commonly used in baking and cooking, and is also used in the production of chocolate, ice cream, and other desserts. However, there are also concerns about the environmental impact of the dairy industry, as well as the treatment of animals in factory farms. Some people also choose to avoid milk and dairy products for health or ethical reasons. Alternatives to cow's milk, such as almond milk, soy milk, and oat milk, are becoming increasingly popular. Overall, milk consumption is still an important part of many diets around the world, but there are also ongoing discussions about the sustainability and ethical implications of the dairy industry.